Welcome, I'm Deb Shepard. I'm your host of Spirited Straight Talk. Thank you for joining me on this amazing spiritual journey that we call life. You're in the right place and you didn't land here by accident. My intention is to help you learn to free yourself of things that are holding you back and create a life that truly makes your soul happy. I'll be talking about key insights and interesting topics to help you learn how to powerfully co-create with the universe. I will cover everything from turning your setbacks into triumphs, and my favorite, living your soul's purpose. Of course, I'll be connecting with spirit, your guides, and the favorite one, of course, is your loved ones on the other side. If you're ready to truly stop spinning circles and you're ready to harness the power to co-create an authentic life with spirit, then I hope you join me every week for Spirited Straight Talk. I think most of us today will say that I'm so stressed. I'm being pulled in so many directions. My energy is so low. I don't feel like I can get enough sleep. Maybe perhaps you feel depressed or you're not getting the clarity that you used to get. And it's interesting that we all try different types of modalities to figure out how to change things. And we can say, oh, it's my age, or it's because my job right now is very stressful and my kids are going through these certain things. But actually, there's other things. And I don't know how many people have even heard of sound therapy or realize it is another avenue of helping these things that we are dealing with on sometimes a daily basis. And so what I think is important is that it's something that's been around for thousands of years, but we don't realize how it can help us in our everyday life. I'm Deb Shepard, and I'm here to talk to you about sound therapy and how these things can actually help with so many areas in your life that you will be actually surprised what it can do for you. And it's simple and it's legal, which is really cool. The voice in the background is Dana.
The laughing.
The laughing. She is my partner in life and on Spirited Straight Talk. And we're here to talk about how sound therapy can be something that is so valuable to you and so easy that even children, and no matter what age you are or what you believe, you can bring this into your life. Mm-hmm. And it's not that difficult. And it's been around since your ancestors, which is really kind of cool.
Well, sound has been around since the beginning of the world. So even further than that. Yeah.
But sound therapy, I think people get a little confused. It's not woo-woo. People think it's like you have to do some spiritual woo-woo stuff. But sound in our vibration, because really what's going on is everything affects our vibration of how our soul responds and how we can show up in the world. And if you want to be more intuitive or more clear-minded or change the energy from sadness to other things, it's pretty amazing what sound therapy can do.
And sadness to happiness and joy.
Yeah, absolutely. What I want to do is talk about the different types of sound therapy and what it can do to help align your body and why there's even the scientific side to sound therapy. And Dana gets to do the science part because she's the smarter one of the two.
Oh, geez. Don't build me up that much.
Yes. So how many times have you felt that overwhelming feeling? And you know me, I'll make Alexa play songs when I'm kind of in a funk or whatever, because
you're so vain.
Don't let me sing. But yeah, all music, all sound has a vibration that is a vibration of the planet or basically our cells, our bones, everything about us, and how it vibrates with us is how we react to it. So for instance, if you hear a loud sound of a bang, you're going to be in shock. There's that sound of fear. And I think for a lot of people that have dealt with PTSD, especially those who have been in battle, any of those like 4th of July and those kind of sounds can really be triggers for them to go back into some PTSD.
Right.
So this is why we know without a fact, basically, that sound does affect how we respond in life. One of the things that, of course, you love is the ocean.
Very much.
Yeah. Have you ever seen one on the ocean feeling stressed?
Maybe only if they're on a ship
or a shark.
But on the beach. No, I have never seen somebody stressed on the beach.
No, you see everyone that they're pulled into the beach and they're sitting there and they're laughing, they're doing the frisbee, they're having family time, they're eating, they're drinking, they're watching. for some reason, that sound and that water gives us all that feeling of peace. And this is why people look for vacations.
Yeah.
Or you at home to sit on the beach. Right?
Yes. Currently searching. I wish we could.
Yeah.
But yeah, the ocean, I even like to have our smart devices play ocean sounds to go to sleep sometimes because it's very relaxing. Yeah.
And, the sound of water and rain, things like that. Of course, when it's a thunderstorm, I know some people like those kind of sounds, but it does change for everybody. If you look at animals, how thunderstorms can really affect the energy of an animal where they're frightened. So sound does have a vibration that does affect to a cellular level and how you want to change that.
And we were talking earlier about how a baby hearing a heartbeat. So even I remember as a mother laying my son on my chest so he could hear my heartbeat so he could go to sleep at night. So I think even...
Well, now they actually created those little devices.
That's a little over the top.
Yeah, let's put this in there so I can go over here and watch my TV show. No, but really those...
No judgment.
No judgment, absolutely. But having those sounds, that rhythm is really important. And all cultures from all over the world, from way back, have used sound and music to be able to bring in celebrations, to celebrate someone's life, for weddings, to look at how to, like the Native Americans in different cultures, we want to bring in the rain, the drumming, all of that. And the drumming is the heart of Mother Earth, so that's
the heartbeat.
The heartbeat. Yeah. And this is why you see little kids that will be drumming, like they'll start banging on pans and stuff. It's because it's the heartbeat. It's that drum that they remember in utero. It's familiar and they bang on it. It's kind of be annoying for us, but that's a familiar sound to them that reminds them of when they were in utero. Isn't that kind of cool? Yeah. And so when we talk about sounds and what things do for us, you can think about real estate, location, 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 right? The price of a home or location of something you want to live in near an airport or a train station versus the ocean or the mountains.
Yeah.
It's going to be a different price. So there is a value when we come to the sound and how we can relax or feel.
So why is everything so expensive in New York by the subway stations?
I think it has a lot to do with space.
The value of those homes should be really low
because it's very noisy. That's a good point. We should ask that, right? So,
but by an ocean, yeah,
or a lake or a river,
right?
Things like that, where the water brings us that serenity. So sound is it. And I have this thing I bought in New Mexico years ago, probably 15, 16, 17 years ago, and it's a rain stick. And should I play it? So the rain stick I bought in New Mexico, and it's made from a cactus arm, I guess, or the base of it. It's pretty long. It's probably about 4 feet. You think this is about 4 feet? And you can't really tell that it was from a cactus, but I know that, and I can see all the little places where it poked out, and then it has a little bit of yarn, which is...
It looks like it was from a saguaro cactus. One of the big ones.
Really? Okay.
Big cactus, yeah.
And what I like about this is there's seeds inside. And so I'm going to play this to see if it records for you guys. But it's supposed to sound like rain.
Now that's a heavy rainstorm.
It is. And by even playing with it this way on your own, there's a feeling of control and movement and sound. Don't you think about looking out the window? Is it sunny out? Is it cloudy? Is it watering the flowers?
Wow.
And we wouldn't think that something like that would be so therapeutic, but it does relax us because it's that sound that's familiar. We feel safe. We have this energy to just release things that we're holding on to. And that helps with our stress. It helps us get away from all the things that we're concerned about, our problem solving. And again, it's that vibration where you can feel it. I could feel it in my heart. Could you feel it? Dana doesn't feel very much.
You know what I have to say to that. I mean, I don't know if I wasn't holding it.
No, I know.
So
I'm just teasing
I don't know if I really feel it in my heart.
I did, holding it next to me. But there's so many different things of sounds that all cultures have different instruments that play the sound. And I think what's important about sound therapy is there's no words to attach to it, so that we're not thinking about those words. We're just feeling the vibration, and that our bodies can respond to those things. But
Speaking about feeling the vibration, like even I remember when I was much younger and pregnant with my son, I remember being near a speaker that was playing bass, whatever drum drum sound it was playing, but it was pretty loud. And I remember him flipping in my belly during that vibration because it was such a deep vibration.
That would be interesting for doctors to use when a child is breech.
See if they could get him to flip.
Flip around, play the music. And there is a difference between how people are drawn to certain music.
Mhm.
And we like, oh, I don't feel good with that. Is because it does have a feeling towards it.
Mhm.
And even if you think,
Specific notes, I think. And I think we talked about this recently, but somebody who really likes like metal music versus somebody that
string
likes
instruments,
string instrument,
Mhm.
or it's those sounds and vibrations that they're attracted to.
And you and I are not music experts or sound experts. We just know what we like. We have a lot of things in our home that we do for therapy. So we have more than two sets of singing bowls,
Yeah.
glass ones and metal.
Crystal metal, yeah.
Yeah, we have drums, we have rattles, we have gongs, we have grandchildren and dogs that bark. So we have those kind of sound vibrations.
So great sounds and annoying sounds.
And really, that's to pay attention to. There's times where sounds can be annoying, like someone's voice that feels like the
Nails on the chalkboard.
chalkboard of how people are actually paid for their voices to be able to have an energy around it so people understand the experience.
Mm-hmm.
And so
Yeah.
if you're around somebody all day long and their voice is just annoying, that stress level may go up.
Mm-hmm.
If you have a child that's sick,
Pay them to stop talking then, right?
stop talking. But if you think about that, sometimes when people are in lectures or in classes, that's why I like to give a lot of breaks, is because we become overwhelmed with all that sound. And even to me, thoughts have a vibration. And so if thoughts have a vibration and sound has a vibration, how are they connecting and lining up so that people can understand what works for them?
Mm-hmm.
And it's remembering your past, as you know that we have, all of us have a past that we bring to it.
Mm-hmm.
But what I think is really beautiful about sound therapy, because it's legal, is that it can rid things of many things. And it's because how we vibrate. For instance, I'm a fan of Dr. Emoto, which is the scientist that studied water.
Mm-hmm.
And he talks about how thoughts and vibrations are affected because we're 77% water or something to that degree. And so, how our vibration, our water feel, the energy feels,
Mm-hmm.
we respond to sound. So, when you're talking about everyone sitting at the ocean where you don't see anyone going
Mm-hmm.
too crazy, but you see them kind of relaxing, it's that water, that connection we have that makes us feel peaceful.
And Dr. Emoto's experiments, he used music. He would infuse water with the music for a certain amount of time and then study the ice crystals that came out of that. And there is always a distinct difference between different sounds and what the crystals look like. And
Right.
so that's how he,
if you're not familiar with Dr. Emoto, go to YouTube and look up Dr. Emoto, EMOTO, Messages in Water. And it's really interesting because he plays heavy metal music versus Mozart, and how the vibrations or just words or thoughts can change. And if we're that much water, think about everything we're listening to. Even our own thoughts can create a vibration in our body. So, sound therapy is where the sounds come in to vibrate to a place to shift a, a consciousness, is what I'm getting. Like, it's interrupting what doesn't work anymore. It's taking away and replacing it with something that gives you the feeling of being calm and centered and focused and healing and at peace.
That's why we use singing bowls to balance the chakras, because the different notes focus on the different chakras and help them to spin in alignment.
Yeah, not spin out of control, but spin in alignment.
Right.
It's interesting too how we respond to sound when it comes to like someone's voice, to say, because sound therapy is different than someone's voice, but when someone says something to you, how it's said can also affect how you feel and how you want to respond forever. So if you think about how sound therapy can be something that can help you with that, what a what a great way to be able to heal. And I'm thinking about how many people have trauma, especially now we can look at young people, how many of them that we can work with sound therapy that can have a better outcome in life
Hmm.
versus waiting to your 50 or 60 or 70 to work on it. Before I figured out that I was a psychic for a while, I used to have migraines all the time. And when I started doing this work, I realized that my migraines were the way they couldn't figure out why. And it was that person that was in pain all the time and, in bed when it came. But when you shift that energy, and I knew where the headaches were coming from, I was able to then release those headaches and I don't have them. I don't have migraines anymore. It's been years. Sound therapy is a way then to tap into that, to shift that energy, because I believe that it it's like electricity. If it doesn't have something to ground itself, it can catch on fire. So all of that energy that I was connecting with was in my brain and causing headaches, where the sound therapy and understanding what I'm doing was able to move that vibration and energy so I wasn't holding it in my head.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And a lot of people have headaches that are highly intuitive. And I think it's learning that, and I'm not saying that sound therapy will heal everything, but it's certainly a tool that you can use in your
Yeah, it's
healing.
another tool for your toolbox. Yeah.
Absolutely. The other part of this is trying to figure out what therapy works for you, because I think not all of it's going to work for the same person. Does that make sense? So I'm just using the headaches as an example of what I experienced. People may not think that, oh, this isn't science, but really it is science. And you can go back and do the research of understanding how the sound, or just even think about how you feel around sound. You and I played a lot with sound therapy, and we're doing it at a retreat too, and things like that. But Dana's become really like a master when it comes to singing bowls.
Don't quote her on
Yeah,
that.
but we want to do is she's just going to play a little bit. This is the Crown Chakra, and it's a glass crystal singing bowl.
Mhm.
And I want you just to take a few moments to listen to the sound and the vibration. And if you're driving and don't close your eyes. This would be if you're in a quiet space, and just listen to the sound to see where it resonates or feels or vibrates in your body. It is a heartbeat, right? So people have asked, like, do I need to do my own bowls, or can I go to a place and have their sound therapy? There's a lot of places around that you can probably go to. I don't have any to recommend. And you can also do your own. And also, with all of our smart devices, they also have those things. Do you know when I did a singing bowl through the chakras? I blew up $100,000 piece of equipment in a sound studio.
I remember that
So
story.
when people tell me that it really doesn't mean anything, I'm like, yeah, it can. It's a vibration, it's energy and
Vibration, yeah.
sound. And so what you want to look at is all the different sounds out there that work for you, that can lean into, that feels like, that's good. So when I talk about vibration, for some people that may be new to this kind of stuff, I want to explain that to individuals. We can, a vibration is a sense or a knowing or a feeling. And when you meet somebody, you have a feeling, or when you go into a place, you're like, wow, this place feels really good. It's an energy vibration. Or when you meet somebody, or let's say you're having lunch and you're like, Jane, are you okay? You can tell that someone isn't feeling good, or you must have some great news to share with me. So it really is how you feel and what energy is put into the universe, because whatever vibration you have, it extends to the universe, and that's what you get back in return. So if you're feeling stress, as we talked about earlier, most likely, if you go to the grocery store, you go to the bank, you go to do something, if you have that stress in you, what are you going to find? More stress, because you feel like there's not enough time. And Dana, you know this because when I got stressed earlier, you were like, I need to breathe, I need to take a walk, because we have that hyper feeling going on and we don't know how to calm ourselves down. And so we start attracting, we start feeling like we're the victim, or good things are not going to happen, or there's that panic feeling.
Mhm.
When you are with people that make you feel safe and comfortable and they're laughing, you're feeling like, oh, I got this, I can do this. And so that's what's considered a vibration. And how many of us want to be in that high vibration where we can attract things that we really truly desire? And that's what we talk about through all of our podcasts, is how do you attract and manifest? and it is based on a vibration. If you're the individual that feels like you just can't get there, sound therapy is another avenue.
Can help you balance yourself, right?
Yeah, and take that away without putting that burden on somebody else or feeling like you don't know how to manage it. And vibration is everything. Everything has an energy, has a vibration. And maybe if you think of the word energy versus vibration, is something going fast or something's going slow? And how does that feel for you? It's like a therapist. How does that make you feel? And that's really what this is about. How does it make you feel?
Yeah. So we talk a little bit about a specific vibration a few times. It's the 528 HZ, which there's a Beatles song
Yes.
that is based on that frequency, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it is a song that's based on that 528 HZ, which is also, if I remember correctly, about the heart.
That is absolutely correct.
It's all about love and the heart.
So if you want to have that heart healing, if you feel like you have someone you've lost, or there's been an illness or a loss of a job or a situation, and you really want your heart to heal, then listening to music or sounds of 528, H like in horse, Z like in zebra, those, and you can Google it because it'll show you what those sounds are. It will help you with the vibration of your heart. It's sort of like putting a band-aid on it. It's a band-aid to help it heal. So isn't that kind of sweet? Putting a band-aid on your heart. So the point being here is Dana's giving me this look since we're not on camera, is that all sounds, all things out there that can be noise that can drive you crazy, noise pollution can be overwhelming. We can't wait to get home, get in the hot tub, take a swim, exercise, have a glass of wine, whatever that looks like. Sound does make a difference. And I want you to think about not only what you're listening to and what you're saying to yourself, but also bringing in sound therapy as another tool to help you in your healing. And any kind of sound can be helpful.
Except for sound pollution.
It's the sound pollution, living in New York City, right? Being by the ocean, being by the water. Some of the things that this can help with, and any musical instrument, wind chimes. I mean, how many times do we love being by the wind chimes, right? So rain sticks, drums, tuning forks, any of those things can be a benefit. So don't rule those out. If you're a person that likes to play the guitar, bring that guitar and start, messing with it again. But the purpose or the benefits of these frequencies is to reduce stress and anxiety. And I've heard so much recently about people feeling anxiety. So if you're in that place, this is a time to look at sound therapy as another avenue for you. Focus, motivation, concentration. I think I really need that one. I'm always like a squirrel kind of somewhere else, so that it can be difficult. I think it improves confidence. And when I looked at that as improving confidence, I think it's because if you take out some of the stress and you take out some of, the anxiety that we have, it does build the confidence to say, I can do this. Improve sleep. Most people have a lot of sleep issues. And that, of course, if you're not getting good sleep, you're not going to be able to be productive the next day. Deeper meditations, especially for those that may have struggles with meditation, it's a great way to get into the music of things. This one surprised me. Lower cholesterol.
We should try that.
That way I don't have to worry about my diet or exercise. This does not mean that you can't diet and exercise. It just means it's another part of it, right? And then I think the mood swings, which goes about with anxiety and stuff, how we can feel overwhelmed and we don't know how to manage things. But this, again, for everyone that's listening, this is another way to introduce something that maybe you haven't tried, or maybe you tried and didn't understand the intention or what it could do. And sometimes we don't give it more than one chance, give it more opportunity to really bring it in, to have it as one of the things that you can use on a daily basis or a regular basis. It doesn't have to be daily. Yeah, I think that's great.
Well, we just pull up we Google chakra meditation, and it goes through all your meridians, all your nodes, and helps your alignment of your energy. And so the vibration and sound of that vibration can help.
The great benefits is it doesn't have any calories. It doesn't really cost anything. It's legal. And if you tell somebody that you're listening to sound, no one's going to think you're crazy. So right there tells you this is a great idea to bring into your toolbox. So thanks again for joining us on Spirited Straight Talk. Remember that even though that they're on the other side, We're always by your side. Please go to the website, debshepard.com, and download our dream interpretation e-kit so that you can learn to interpret your own dreams. Thank you for joining us on Spirited Straight Talk.
Thank you so much for listening to the show. Each Monday is a new episode of Spirited Straight Talk. Make sure you hit follow so you don't miss any of the guidance or bonus episodes. Your experience at the show means a lot to us, and we would love for you to leave a review or let us know about more topics you would like Deb to explore. You can also follow Deb on social media and connect with her website at debshepard.com. That's DEBSHEPPARD.com. If you want to join Deb on one of the shows or have a reading from her on the show, you can submit a request on the podcast page of her website. Thank you again, and see you next week.